Jared from Lethal Performance, and I'm back from traveling the world, yes, to Zurich, Thailand, Portugal, and I'm back. Time to get some work done. We've got our 2018 Mustang GT sitting right here. It's a 10-speed auto car sitting on some fresh split fives from Belgian wheels. Thank you guys very much. Anyways, today we're going to be doing a review, pretty much an official drive review of the Whipple Supercharger kit and how their calibration does on the street for the everyday street guy. We know a lot of guys like to tune the car specifically for the track just to go quickly, but we also know we've got a lot of customers that like that everyday drivability to the car. So we're going to show you exactly what Whipple's tune does on the street, give it a review, tell you about some of the features of the kit and the calibration, and then we'll get into our track times. So just before we hop in the car and do our test drive, we're going to go over a little bit of the features of the Whipple Supercharger kit. As you can see here, this is actually the pre-production unit. Has more of like a flat top to it. The production units are a little more rounded to it, but they do also have the same rotor technology and intercooler setup on this pre-production kit as they do on the production one. It's a 3-core intercooler setup. Basically, the 3-liter supercharger feeds the air, pushes up through the intercoolers, back down into the intake and down into the engine. This kit is complete. Their stage 2 setup, meaning it comes with everything that you need. The supercharger, the intercooler, the tuning for it, spark plugs, additional fuel pump. Everything you need from Whipple comes with this kit, so you can install it, bolt it on, flash it with the calibration, and drive away. Some of the features that we have on this kit that have changed previous to the 15 to 17 design is that it is an upside down supercharger kit, like I was explaining before, where the 15 to 17 kit is a top mount and pushes the air down into the intercooler, then into the engine. This is reverse. The reason for it is on the 18, they've got more of a slanted hood, similar to the GT350. You give us a little bit more room with this setup to provide a bigger intercooler setup for it and maximum cooling efficiency. The stage 2 kit that we're running here uses a 3.75-inch pulley. It's got their 132 billet throttle body to it, and it's got larger injectors and the additional fuel pump like I was mentioning before. The stage 1 setup from Whipple uses a larger pulley and the stock throttle body, and also does not come with the additional fuel pump needed to provide more fuel for it. The calibration that Whipple provides with this kit is top-notch. Their calibrator is a top Ford calibration expert. He basically tunes for Ford, calibrates a lot of the OEM Ford vehicles, as well as a bunch of the performance vehicles that Ford makes. So you know you're getting a top-notch calibration from this. A lot of their models for tuning here is based off the factory calibration, so most or all or even more of the safety features that your car has from the factory are actually utilized by Whipple's tune on this setup here. So you can definitely know that you're not only getting a car that's going to perform well, their kit's going to perform great, but it's also got all the safety features so that you don't blow your car up, all right? And again, Whipple definitely prides himself on having a 50-state legal tune. It's CARB certified, so yes, all of our customers in California can run this setup, even the stage 2 with the larger throttle body, and pass emissions there. And again, I mean, due to that, they've got their drivability down. Everything is top-notch on this setup, so you do pass emissions. You got a great kit, performs well. All right, so now that I've explained the calibration from Whipple here, you know that you're getting the best of the best. What we're gonna do is hop in the car and basically see how it does for ourselves. Let's see how the car drives on the street, idles, stops, changes gears. We'll give it a full review for all you guys out there that are interested. All right, we just hopped in our 2018 Mustang with the Whipple Stage 2 kit and started it up. Car idles perfect. There's no check engine lights or anything like that. We're gonna go take a ride and give a review on it. So all you guys out there who do normal like daily street driving with their vehicles know what type of calibration you get with the Whipple kit. Show you real quick here. This is their Tomahawk flash device. This is actually what you use to flash the Whipple calibration onto your vehicle. I've showed how it works before. Basically, when you receive your kit, you're going to plug this into your vehicle. You're going to read the data from it, email that data to Whipple, and then Whipple will actually email you back the file, which you load onto this device through an SD card and flash the car with. It's that easy. So let's go take a ride. Good thing to mention is that this Whipple calibration still works with pretty much all of the driver modes on here. So if you have a performance pack car that has you know, the sport mode and drag mode and track mode, their calibration will work with that. Like I said, car idles great. Now, I've driven it a bunch before, and they've done a great job on it. Warning you guys, this car is very loud. That lethal race axle back with some Cook's headers and no cats. It's pretty insane. Cruise just fine. So we're just messing around over here on some local roads in Mexico, I guess. And really just want to go over how the car drives. I mean, you know, when you get a kit that comes from one of the manufacturers, you obviously, if you're getting their tune, you want the car to run right. I mean, there's no sense in getting a supercharger kit which has a bunk tune on it just for you to not enjoy the daily driving experience. So, you know, when you've got a tune that continually stalls out, dies at traffic lights, just doesn't run right, then it's a problem. And this is on their 10-speed auto setup. There's no hiccups or anything like that. No surging in RPMs or anything like that. And again, no check engine lights, which is awesome. So this is pretty much what you get. 750 wheel horsepower, stage 2. Car drives around just like stock. Get grocery shop, drive through, and then mash the pedal to the floor and tear it up. And another highlight that I mentioned before too, really means a lot to a bunch of people, is California customers of ours. This is 50 state legal setup. So you can purchase, install this kit and run it in California and pass emissions without having to worry about it, because you've got CARB certified, EO number on it, and you're good to go. Yeah. I love this 10-speed auto. If you guys haven't driven a 10-speed car, you've been used to a 6R80 or even just the MT82 car, I highly recommend you go out, take a test ride with a 10-speed. The car drives awesome. I know. It's just something about it where you don't have that muscle car feeling where you get to shift and bang gears and stuff like that, but this car is fun. I love this car. I've always had manuals previous to this, and I really do enjoy driving this car with the 10-speed on it. And they've been holding up pretty good at the track. So, so far, we've seen 10-speed auto car in the 8s, and some other low 9 passes with some other customers running turbos and superchargers. So it's been holding up fairly well, and again, it is really fun to drive. So smooth. This calibration from Whipple will work with 91 octane as well as 93, 94 octane, and does perform better with higher octane fuel. So the better fuel you put in there, the better it's going to perform. It has a pretty advanced timing table to it. Your knock sensor is going to sense whether there's any type of knock and pull timing back. But again, the better fuel you have in there, the less knock the car sees. It's going to get more aggressive and make more power. All right, so I'm going to answer a few of the questions that we had on Instagram and Facebook regarding the Whipple kit. The first question is, what's the difference between the stages? So stage 1 kit is their supercharger kit, which uses your factory throttle body. It also uses smaller injectors and has a larger supercharger pulley on it. That kit obviously will make less horsepower than the stage 2 or stage 3 kit. Once you go to a stage 2 kit, you automatically go up to the Whipple 132mm throttle body and larger set of fuel injectors, as well as a drop-in 415 liter per hour fuel pump. That's to provide the extra fuel demand that you're going to be, supporting with the power that you'll make with that stage 2 setup. The larger throttle body is going to be the bulk of the power that you see from it. We see close to a 40 wheel horsepower increase just from the throttle body swap. So that's really the, when you remove the restriction on the inlet side with that larger throttle body, that's where you're going to see the power. The fueling is just there to really support that extra power. And again, the stage 2 does have a smaller pulley. We go to a 3.75 inch pulley with the stage 2. Next, the stage 3, we're still a little unclear about the specifics on it, but I would think since you already have the larger throttle body on there, the stage 3 would be just a smaller pulley and possibly a different calibration for it. All right. Next up, how much boost do the kits make? This kit on the stage 2 kit with the 3.75 inch pulley and long tube headers with an off-road mid-pipe on the car, we were making, I believe, in between the 11 and 12 PSI range. So you may see a little bit higher than that, maybe a pound if you're running the factory exhaust with the cats, as the long tube headers and off-road pipe do lower the boost. More efficient, but you will see lower boost numbers from that. And then on the supercharger pulley, how it works is for every 1/8 inch in pulley size that you change, whether you go down 1/8 of an inch, you'll see an increase of 1 PSI in boost, or vice versa. If you go up 1/8 inch in pulley size, it will lower boost by 1 pound. Next up, what fuel upgrades are needed to run E85? So thankfully, on the custom tuning side of this, we deal with Lund Racing. They've been our exclusive custom tuner for over a decade now. Do a great job. They've got one of these kits and they did some testing for us with the E85. They are running the ID 1000 injectors and the drop-in 400 liter per hour pump, as well as the JMS fuel max fuel pump booster. That's what they needed to support the power that the car makes with the 3.65 inch pulley on E85. And on our car, we have plans to obviously turn it up and make more power later on down the road. So we're going to just throw in a set of the ID 1300s from the beginning and the JMS Fuel Max pump booster when we do the custom tune from Lund Racing. So definitely you're going to want to do a larger set of injectors and a fuel pump booster. And for us, again, when we max out that combination, we will be doing a full return style fuel system on here with the Division X components. Any plans for the 3 liter for the 11 to 17 cars? And I believe that is a yes. I don't have like an exact time frame on when that stuff will be available, but Whipple will be going backwards, starting with the 15 to 17 kits and then 11 to 14 kits to offer this 3 liter supercharger for those applications. Again, not sure what time frame, but you're definitely going to hear it first from us. We're Whipple's largest U.S. distributor. Really good friends of ours. We get a lot of good info early on, so we'll definitely share that with you guys when we do have that. What's the ceiling on the 2018? We've got a 2018 auto car, like I mentioned, running in the 8s, I believe on a stock motor. I've seen a few cars fail. We don't know exactly there. I don't think there really is an actual like a breaking point yet to where we know the certain limit, but there's cars pushing close to 1,000 wheel horsepower or even over 1,000 wheel horsepower on stock 2018 motors, and they're still alive and kicking, and those cars get beaten on at the track. They're not just driven around or a dyno car. they do see the track, and they go quick and they get beat on, and they have not blown up. So the 18 platform definitely looks promising. Lastly, how does the warranty work? Stage 1 only. Whipple Superchargers has a outside insurance company that offers the insurance package for that. It's purchased separately directly through Whipple Superchargers after purchasing the kit, and there are some specifics as to who needs to install the kit and everything else and what it covers. I don't have it exactly on me, but we actually do have a copy of the warranty information. So if you would like that, we can always email that to you, and you can get more information about that through that paperwork or directly contacting Whipple Superchargers. All right. So we've been driving for a while here, just cruising around. I say it's time that we get on it, so let's go back to where we have a little bit of room and we can mess around. Turn the traction control off and get on a little bit. Car drives awesome on the street, shifts great, perfect when you get to a light, idle's fine, and then let's see how it runs when you rip on it. Well, it's got some power to it. Yeah. Car hauls ass. We took the car to the track. How it sits right now with the 375-inch pulley, the headers and everything, and the Whipple calibration. We do have some octane booster in there. It's really hot down here in South Florida right now, very, very humid, and so want to make sure that the car is safe, so we put some extra octane in it. But running the Whipple calibration, we made 3 passes at Palm Beach International Raceway. It was in the 80s, very humid, and the DA was over 2,000, easily over 2,000 above sea level. So I'm an amateur driver. I've only been driving car down the track since we got this one, some N8 passes, and now with the supercharger on it. So I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having a good time with it, and made 3 passes. My best pass with a 1.70 60 foot was a 1039 at almost 137 miles an hour. So to me, that's awesome. You're talking about a complete setup with Whipple's calibration. It's 50 state legal, going down the drag strip, 1030s at almost 137 miles an hour. That's on a tune that you could just drive around, you know, perfectly day to day with your car, and again, pass emissions in California and some other states that are very strict with emissions. So I think we did awesome. Yes, 9s are right around the corner for us. Yes, I would love to see a 9 out of it with their calibration. I just think we have a lot of, a couple things going against us here again in Florida is our weather this time of year. But I really do think that 1030s in a car that comes from the factory with a Whipple Supercharger kit and their calibration on it is awesome. So if you guys are looking for a kit, definitely speak very highly of their setup on the 2018 Mustang. This 3-liter kit that they put out is badass. So feel free to give us a call if you have any questions, and definitely continue to follow us. Like I mentioned, we're going to be doing the fuel system upgrade and a smaller pulley and a custom tune from Lund Racing. So stay tuned and watch what we got for you guys. Anyways, while we're just cruising around, we're going to talk a little bit about Thailand. There's no reason to ever come home from Thailand. It is full of wonderful things, great food, great culture. Anthony Bourdain, my main man, rest in peace, buddy. I was actually in Thailand, and he inspired me, previous knowing that obviously he passed away. It's like watching some of his shows. He did a Bangkok episode and got one of those original tattoos from Buddhist monk. Totally inspired me to do the same thing when I was there. And then a couple days afterwards, when I got signal from coming out of the jungle there, heard my man passed away. Unfortunate, very sad. Rest in peace, Anthony Bourdain. I love you, man. What the hell is that? Like a taco joint? Man, I'm just feel like a today. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hop in the car, take a ride, and let you have a listen to how it goes, all right? Let you have a listen. Let you have a listen.